What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Fade to Silence. My name is Splattercat. It's great to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and attempt to continue to survive in the frozen north. We got Jin over here. He's building us a hut so that our new guy does not freeze to death. Basically, he's building himself a home right now with the resources that I have provided to him. As far as things that we need to accomplish today, I'm thinking we should probably attack a fort. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go wipe out one of these forts. Now, I think that the invasions start once you kill off a fort, so be aware of that fact. I think we're hungry right now, too. Are we a little hangry right now? I think we're a little hangry. We're going to find some food in a little bit. For right now, I'm not that worried about, like, grubbing up. I think our food will hold out for a little while. But I see that big beacon right there, and I think that's the beacon that I'm going to go after. I think that's the one. Oh, there's a deer over there, though, too. Maybe I should go deer hunting. Let's go kill the deer real fast. I know, I'm only gonna slice the air. I know, I'm only gonna slice air. The hitboxes are super generous in this game, by the way. Don't panic if your shots aren't, like, perfectly on when you shoot a deer. Like, the hitboxes are pretty nice. There we go, we got him twice. He'll go down in just a minute. I think. Maybe the first shot missed, actually. It looks like maybe we didn't even get him with the first shot. I think he's a little far out right now. Have to wait for him to come back. He'll slow up in just a minute and fall over dead. Yeah, I was going to say, he's got to be kind of busted right now. There we go. We'll knock him on out. Let's get ourselves a new harvesting spot on this side. I'm actually going to use some of my healing potion, too. Let's heal this guy. I'm sorry, heal this guy. Let's peel this guy is what I meant to say. We'll go ahead and rip off all of his little bitties and chunkies. And that'll give us a new hunting spot where Jin can go once he finishes off the house. I think it should be done by the end of the day. I don't see too many treasure locations over here. I think we've done a really good job of, like, stripping the entire map in this area, which is why I'm thinking that our best bet is probably just to go up here and take care of that location. Hopefully the weird, like, levitating orb in the sky doesn't come over here and mess with us while we're in the neighborhood. But, like, while I travel on over there, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I really wanted to express my appreciation. You guys went in on the first video and made it very, very popular. I think it's approaching like 100,000 views right now, which almost never happens on my channel. So, like, I do appreciate you guys taking the time to, like, go through and like it and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, it does matter. When you guys put likes on videos, it can push it into, like, trending, and it can make it show up on the recommended bar on other big channels, and it's just, it helps me out a lot. And so there you go. You have a first-hand example of how much that helps me as a content creator. Let's go ahead and cleanse this bad boy. Come on, buddy. No explosions. No backsies. Come on. There we go. We got rid of it. We're a little bit cold and chilly, but actually we want to kill these things off because they drop these things called warming shards, and I figured out what they do. So he got salvage over here. Apparently we didn't get a warming shard from it. There should be a warming shard around, though. Yeah, there, a nourishing shard. Never mind, we got something different. So what it does is if you go to, like, this boons and blessings menu, if you look down here, every time you pick up one of these shards, it adds up. And so every 3 of them that you get, it'll actually make it so that we're warmer now. So every 3 warming shards we get, our warmth meter goes down slower. Every 3 nourishing shards we get, our hunger goes up slower. Every 3 quickening shards we get, we move a little bit faster. And revitalizing shards make it so that I think we get a little bit more health, or maybe we regenerate a little bit faster. But I haven't been able to validate exactly what that does yet. Oh, Jin finished off the hut. Good. That means that next time we get a blizzard, he won't freeze to death. That's nice. I appreciate that. I do think we should probably... Oh. What's up, buddy? It's all up and above us right now. It's so high, high, high above me, trying to hurt me. There we go. I had a rhyme in mind, but I don't think it was family friendly. It was one of those Pumbaa not in front of the kids moments. However, if you did want to see Splattercat Uncensored, where I don't quite hold back on language and I kind of don't hold back on my humor that much, come on out to the Twitch stream. I'd love to have you. Twitch.tv/SplatterCatGaming. I've been streaming for 6 years now, and one of the hardest things I've ever done actually in online media is getting people to go from YouTube on over to Twitch and check out the content there. But, like, you can do it. It's there. Like, you can get all the content. I usually stream for like 3 to 6 hours at a time. You can get all the Splattercat you could possibly want over there outside of my 1 to 2 videos a day that I do here to show off indie games. I very, very much like it. It gives me a chance to talk with you guys and actually, like, interact, which I don't really get to do on YouTube very much, which is unfortunate. Let's go hit this thing up. I don't know you get a whole bunch of resources when you knock one of these things over. That's the first big part that I'll say, is that you get a fast travel point, and then on top of that, you also get a bunch of resources, so that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and... is my bow doing that weird thing where it shoots off to the left? I'm going to say I think it is. As you can see, the hitboxes in this game are tremendously generous. Like, they'll allow you to get a hit even if it's like way off to the left. Game don't care. Game's fine with it. The other reason we want to come over here is because this is where you get dogs from. That's right. If you're ever wondering where we get doggos from, this is where you get your first batch of sled doggos. So let's get up in here. We'll get those sled doggos. Apparently, I'm a little bit hungry right now. I'll probably eat this food, like, right this second just to get that meter down and get him to stop making weird farty noises. Healing tonic, blightbane, and fiber. We are going to need a lot of fiber so that we can make some new clothing. I wanted to make the armor and there's armor. So there's two different slots. You've basically got padding, and then you've also got armor. And the armor makes it so you take less damage, and the padding is going to make it so that your cold goes up a lot slower. And that guy was easy peasy to dodge. Is there anything else laying around here? Something over there, but I think we're starting... It's going to suck if we get a blizzard during this part. I really hope that we don't. If we get a blizzard as we're trying to get up into this place, I mean, we have options. We can run back down to the south to that fire barrel, and we should be all right, but it's still a little nerve-wracking. I'm going to eat that, too. That's food that, like all of my other little survival guys, don't even need to know that I picked up. Anything that doesn't make it back... Listen, they're not going to miss a few missing M&Ms in the batch, okay, of food that I bring back home with me. Alright, so we got to cleanse these nests first. Let's go do it. I think we got one over here from all the weird little tendril biddies that I'm seeing around. We got this guy on this side who's trying to take us out. I'm going to put a couple arrows on him. I can't see my feet right now, unfortunately. So, oh, I only got 2 arrows left. Alright, well, you better load up a few more then. We're going to need them. I'll grab all the loot after we get done clearing this place out. But I don't think we need it for right now. Our first hive is over here, so let's go get this one. That'll get rid of a lot of these little red web things that are all over the place. I think this guy is going to come to life, though, when we interact with this, I think. Let's just try. Let's try and see what happens. We are going to be super frozen by the end of this. We're definitely going to have to use one of our warming flasks in order to fix ourselves up. Alright, so there's one down right there. Hey, what's going on, Akita? How you doing? I love Akitas, man. Akitas are like my favorite dogs in the whole world. I've got an American Akita, and I just love that dog to death. They're so loyal, and like they're so protective, and like they're so territorial over the house. Like, fantastic guard dog, dude. Absolute, like, if you need like to protect your family or whatever, great dog. They told me that Akitas wouldn't be affectionate. They told me Akitas wouldn't want to play with toys or anything. She'll lay on your lap all day and make little woo 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 like husky noises. She'll play with toys. She'll play fetch like all day long. And on top of that, you've got a dog that's like tremendously, like fantastically observant for when things are like sketchy or off. And she'll just like spring into action and like protect the house or whatever, or just like, you know, let out a couple growls and just let whoever it is know that like, hey, stop messing around. But she like knows the difference between like friend and foe too. Like she's got like a sixth sense for like when I invite somebody over, no problems whatsoever. But like if somebody's like banging on the door at 2 in the morning, like she's definitely in guard mode. Love that dog, man. There's something cool about a working dog that has a job in your home. Like I love Winston. Oh no, that was almost bad. All right, so let me get my sword out here. And I think it's, yeah, it's alt, I think is what I hit in order to perfect parry that. All right, so he's gone. Let's get back to cleansing this thing now that we're no longer getting hentai'd over here. Come on, get it done. Do this thing, bruh. Do this thing. There we go, perfect. So we've knocked it out. It's looking good. And there's another doggo, and that one's actually got a harness on it, ready to go. That's a cute doggo right there. That's a good dog right there. That's a good sturdy dog. That's a dog of both size, girth, and strength. I like it. I'm not a little dog person. I've never been into like Pomeranians and like French bulldogs and stuff like that. It's just not my thing. Like I get it. Some people like small dogs, and no harm, no foul to you. But I'm not a small dog person. I love big dogs. I like dogs that I can wrestle with, and we can have like little battles in the living room and knock over furniture. I like to roughhouse with my dogs, and little dogs you can't roughhouse with them. Oh, I almost backed off into that one. That one almost got me. Weak, dude. Oh, he led me. Yeah, you go over there and explode on your own time, please. I don't want to mess with you right now. All right, let's go take out the main tower. Apparently, we've got to kill off the Guardian. We've got arrows, though. I think that looks like a Guardian right there. He's looking very Guardian-y. Yeah, seems kind of like a Guardian to me. Not much of a Guardian. Not much of a Guardian. I never seem to get a lot. Da-da-da-da. Just fill that pool full of arrows real quick. Alright, pull a sword. Get up in here. Cause some havoc. Knock him out. And now we should have free and open reign. We got to disable this crystal over here. As you can see, the tower has been weakened. Once we clear that crystal out right there, this is going to turn into a fast travel point that we can use whenever we want. Unfortunately, my game still crashes whenever I go to the map, so we may not be able to fast travel very much, but I'll just edit it out for all of you. Yup, get it done. We're going to take some damage on this one, though. We're going to lose a chunk of our health bar. Should be easy to remedy, though. And the crystal is cleansed. Very nice, everybody. Very, very nice. There we go. I gotta I don't know what it is, man. We got, what is this right here? That is a boon for my next reincarnation. Nice. I'll take that. Boons are good. I like boons, but the real winner up here is that you get a stash space that's over on this side of the map that is shared with your stash at home. So you can take all this stuff right here and then just like chuck it on in there and it goes back to your house. Almost on like a pneumo tube, I guess. I'm going to need that back. I'm going to need 1 stack of those. I'm going to need to, I think my bow is equipped, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't think we've made the pickaxe yet, so we don't have to worry about that either. I'm going to take 1 warming flask, and we're going to use that right now so that we can get all the ice off of our meter. But this right here, yeah, there you go. And we can just like stash this inside of our refuge like that. And so we just got a whole bunch of goodies as a reward for knocking this place on out. More firewood than we can use. We got loads of food. Lots of goodies up inside of here. Not a bad day's work.
Thick white blankets coming to cover you.
And we also got an extra life for wiping this place out too. So bonuses on top of bonuses. Looks like we have a blizzard that's coming in. We may have to loot this place a little bit later, but there is a lot of loot here, so I do recommend, like, you go through and get it done. But let's take a little nap for a minute. I think it's a good idea for us to sleep off kind of the sweat of the day, do our thing. We'll sleep, yeah, 4 hours is good. So the blizzard has ended. We've healed back up to full health. Let's go have a look around in the fresh powder and see what we can find up in this area. Looks like we've got a whole bunch of herbs, which I'm definitely excited about. I wanted to make some more potions and whatnot. Got a couple bags over on this side, too. That one, I don't know what was inside of it because it scrolled down for whatever reason when I opened it. But firewood and primitive arrows, definitely not a bad idea to have a little back stock of those. We've got another, like, gloom weed or whatever the hell those things are called over here. They got, like, those MMO... They've got, like, those MMO plant names, you know what I mean? Like gloom weed and, like, bright thistle. They sound like something you would harvest in World of Warcraft. Alright, let's grab this. This should probably have some goodies in it right here. Oh, we got an enemy that came up. Alright. What's up, man? Let's do this thing. I'm ready for battle, my guy. I'm ready. I'm ready. I wanted to see if I could parry. Oh, really? There's like a fatality. Nice, dude. Oh, and it stuns them. Okay. Alright, so there is an easier way to kill those other than just like spamming arrows. You can perfect parry them, get that little fatality hit right there, and then you finish them off after that. Me gusta. I like it. Yeah, we'll take all that stuff too. Looks good to me. We're a little bit hangry right now, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. You can climb up on stuff like this right here to get extra loot, so be aware that that's something that you can do. I think a lot of people probably won't try to do all the acrobatic stuff to get after some of the loot that's on top of these areas, but it can be done. We'll hop over the fence right there, search this bag and see what we got. We got some healing poultices. That's good. I was all out, so that's good. Over in here, we got a bit more firewood, which is always useful. Firewood is basically a baseline component for just about every building in the game. And now that we've killed our first tower, yes, in the top right corner, you can see that little crystal icon that's slowly filling up. That's when our next invasion is coming in, so our base is going to get attacked. And so we're definitely going to need to build up some defenses around here and make this place a little bit safer. I think I could probably just grab that from right there. Yeah, I don't even need to get all the way up there. Anything else in this area? There's a few things over here. Let's go grab them, and then we'll go back to the house, and I think we'll get set up with our dog sled team, man. I think that's what I'd like the best. The dog sled team provides you with a double inventory, so the dogs have an inventory that's a little bit larger than your inventory that you can put on the sled, and then on top of that, it allows you to travel a little bit quicker without losing stamina or anything else like that. And so the dog sled is definitely a worthwhile upgrade that I say you should probably do next after you get done with, like, this part of the game where you unlock the dogs. I don't know how to get up there to get that firewood. Like, I was thinking maybe our character would kind of like go up on the edges right there, but it doesn't look like it's working that way. I don't even care about it. It's firewood. It's not that valuable. It's valuable, but we can get firewood like by the cord pretty easily. You ever find it weird that firewood is rated by the cord? Why is it rated by the cord, man? That's such a weird measurement. Like, I assume that in Europe, you guys measure firewood by the liter or something instead of by weird shit like cords. I don't know. A little bit more loot over there, and it looks like there's some stuff off to that side, too. Let's just kind of check it out for a minute. We'll take a look, see what we can find. We got some food. That's good, because we are a little hungry right now, and I'm tired of listening to this guy, like, complain and moan about being starving. It looks like we have one of the rare shards over on this side, too. What kind of shard is it? It's a nourishing shard. I'll take it. Enemies? No enemies so far. Usually enemies spawn when you open up one of these big crates, but I guess we lucked out this time. I think we should have all the stuff on hand that we need to make all the upgrades for this point in the game that we're going to have. Grab this salvage real fast, though. What is this? I guess I can't go through there? I don't know. It appears to be blocked for right now. Oh, there's an enemy right there. Maybe he just, like, didn't know that he was supposed to sneak attack me. Like, maybe he just kind of, like, messed up his job. He was sleeping on guard duty. You gonna be an explodey boy? Looks like no is the answer to that question. Let's go grab the remainder of the loot that appears to be over there to the left. And then we'll just kind of leave the random lumps and scraps or whatever. And we'll use that to teleport back to base. We'll set up a new construction so that we're building either like a woodworking place, or maybe we'll be building like a dog sled team. Ooh, grub root. Nice. Grub root's always good. Maybe I'll craft while I'm over here too. That seems like a decent play. Yeah, let's do that. Let's craft all the equipment upgrades, like the armor upgrades and the pickaxe and everything else, so that like if we come across like ore nodes or whatever, we can actually exploit those rather than just kind of looking at them longingfully and being like, I wish I could love you, like we are right now. A little bit more FUD. I'm going to take that for myself. All right, let's go back to base and see what crafting we can get done. Home again, home again. I'm thinking that the next thing I want to build is the sledding kennel. That seems like the next thing that I really, really want.
You're sure it's not a trap?
Let's put our... I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe you can even find piles and piles of supplies at the cargo ship.
I'm going to try. There's our sleddy boy location over here. I don't know how long this is going to take. I'll probably just sleep till it gets done. We can assign Jin to it, though. So, Jin, do your thing, man. I'd appreciate it. If you're noticing that your firewood is going down over time, it's because they keep the fire going here all the time if you have available firewood. And so this fire never goes out so long as you have firewood available. So definitely keep that in mind. We got some fibers over there. I don't think I'm going to need any of this stuff.
What did you get up to while I was gone?
Jin was going on and on about not killing the monsters if we don't have to. But then he said that it was normal for them to want to kill us. I didn't like that.
Let me get a couple stacks of that, too, because I feel like we're going to need a bunch of it. Let's have a little sit down, and we'll see what crafting thing is going on right now. So as far as the crafting menu goes, we have the stuff available to make scrap plating. We're going to need some pristine remains, unfortunately, in order to get that done, and we're going to need a little bit more fiber. So let's do our fibers real fast. I'll probably convert, like... There we go. Hey, little girl, stop singing creepy little girl songs. Please. So with the pristine remains, do I have enough of those? I do. Good. Okay, so with the pristine remains, we will make the padded lining for our armor. I'll equip that so you can see what it looks like. It gives us a super badass cape. We get a big, like, flowy cape from it. Basically gives us a cloak. This guy over here, we're going to need some more fibers. So I guess Grubroot, unfortunately, you are going to have to be donated to the fiber gods right now. As is regular. As is right. Perfect. So we'll put that on, and I'll show you one by one what they look like. They do stack. So this is going to be like some leather armor brigantine with like little platey scales on it. And then this is going to be like a big badass cloak. So here's our character right here. Pre-cloak.
Rascal, I found a wolf.
We put that on, and now we've got like this little,
Alice, a wolf is a wild animal, not a pet.
Okay, Dad, I'll be careful.
But now we got this cool like vampire hunter collar.
Pull a sled. If we had one.
It probably could. Probably could.
But you don't remember destroying the last sled, do you?
And then with our armor right there, now we've got those gauntlets, and we've got like little metal plates on our stomach, and you know, we've got like some cooler boots. We've got some furs on our belt. We're definitely looking a little bit more equipped to handle the weather at the moment, and that's good. Because I think what we're going to try and do next is... I really wish that you would work on the kennel, bro. Why are you not working on the kennel, my guy? I don't know if I want to bypass time again. That seems a little wasteful on the food front. But I would like for the kennel to get finished sooner rather than later. How long does that take? Oh, he's not even working on it right now. Bro! What are you doing, my guy? Come on, build me the kennel over here. I need to get a dog sled so that we can move around and get more treasure. Yeah, come over here and work on this. It's only 6 hours worth of labor. It's only 6 hours of your life. I love how my cloak like flows in the breeze and everything. Makes me happy. It pleases me. Oh, I should probably make the pickaxe while we're here too. Let's go do that. I'm going to bang out a pickaxe. She's over here making snow angels. I like how they actually made the graphic for the snow angel, too, on the ground when she does that. The snow effects in this game are actually pretty cool with the way, like, you clomp through snow banks and whatnot. Like, I enjoy how after a blizzard, everything's covered in, like, a foot of snow, and you got to, like, wade through it. It's very immersive. I feel like they did a good job for this game. I heard this game was made by the same developers of Bound in Blood, which I liked. I actually liked her Bound in Flame. Is that what it was called? Bound in Flame? I think that's the name of the game. I beat that one, actually. I binge played it. I actually really, really liked it. I have a tendency to like kind of the... I have a tendency to like weird, flawed, low-budget RPGs. It's kind of like playing a B-movie, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fun for some reason. Like, even though there's problems and things you don't like, for some reason, there's like an earnestness there that just like works for me and makes me want to play the game more. Let's knock those out real fast. We'll get ourselves a new pickaxe. Boom, boom, boom. Looks good. And let's stash everything up that we're not going to need. Because obviously inventory space is always limited. I'm going to need some food though. So like if we could get like... I don't need like all of that. I just need like... Maybe I bring like 3 with me. There we go. Perfect. Good. I would like to eat some dinner. And then Jin's over here putting in his best effort on the dog sled, which is great because I really, really, really want to have the dog sled by like next episode. That's when I want to get that in hand.
I wanted to concentrate, meditate like the others. Nothing worked. Distractions were many. I grew frustrated, uneasy. I doubted my abilities. The way was very difficult.
I mean, but you figured it out in the end, man. I've always wondered about meditation. Like, I was able to meditate, but only when I was running long distances. Like, I was a distance runner for a while. I usually ran about 3 to 5 miles a day. And, like, I could get into a weird meditative state while I was running that made it feel like I was only running for 5 minutes, even though I'd been running for, like, 40. And, like, you didn't feel your legs burning. You didn't feel your breath coming out. It was just, like, this pure... I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just like this pure mind state where you're dedicated entirely to the task of running. you know, but you're also not focused on running. You're kind of just like lost inside your own head, processing your thoughts. And it was kind of an incredible thing that I haven't been able to replicate since I stopped running. If you're wondering why I stopped running, I broke my leg in 3 places, and ever since then, it kind of eats at me when I run. Like, my leg just, it feels weird when I run. Like, it burns and it itches and it just doesn't feel good. And so I kind of had to give it up. That's what happens when you're older and you suffer a serious injury like that. I broke the talus. I broke, like, the little top part of my ankle, and then I also broke, you know how your lower leg has 2 bones? I snapped the bone slightly higher right there, too. So there was 2 fractures in the ankle and 1 fracture in the leg where it snapped off. Was not pleasant. Caught a curb the wrong way while running. I didn't fall down or anything, but it rolled my ankle, and I heard, like, it sounded just like that, and it was, oof, not good. Worst part was I was out in the boonies, so I had to walk like a mile on a broken leg to get to a place where I could hitchhike home. Luckily, a good bystander, a good Samaritan, decided to take pity on me and drove me home. My leg was like the size of a grapefruit. Went to the doctor thinking it was just sprained, but nope. Triple breakage. My name is Splattercat. We're out of time for the day. This is Fade to Silence. I hope you guys have really, really liked it. I've been enjoying the hell out of this game, and I plan on playing it for a while. Hit it with a bunch of likes or whatever if you're enjoying the series so that I know that you want it to keep going, and I will see you all later. How you do, and take care, everybody.